or they gave us both, it doesn't really matter. I mean, to us, we need fuel on our engine. We work our asses off, but these people have done beautiful things to make us as successful as we are. So the Startup Prize 2025 sponsors are, it's presented by the Prize Foundation and Louisiana Economic Development. Thank Josh and Anna and Madeline and all the people down south. We also are supported by the Anderson family, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Business First Bank, Caddo Management, Caddo Parish Commission, Chaff and Associates, City of Shreveport, Greater Bossier Economic Development Foundation, Hurd McRoy Investel, Kallenberg Phillips Family Investments, North Louisiana Economic Partnership, and Ochsner LSU Health Shreveport. Give those people a big hand if you don't mind. And if you know any of these people out there or you run into them, I have a feeling that especially our entrepreneurs are going to be crossing paths with a lot of these folks. Thank them on our behalf for everything that they did. This is a very unique program, it's something that actually I developed a long time ago for South by Southwest. The scale wasn't right, but for really a deeper connection between the entrepreneurs and the investor judges, it's unparalleled. And if you think I'm crazy, go ask an entrepreneur or an investor judge, and hopefully they would corroborate. I can't guarantee that they will, but hopefully they will. This was an interesting year for us. We've been kind of pushing the boulder up the hill on Startup Prize Focus on Health. Really getting people to understand who we are and what we're about has not been easy, but in the last 2 years we found this incredible momentum. This is actually year 5 of Startup Prize Focus on Health. This year we had 75 companies, so over 75 companies, 23 states represented. And here's where I think we really, it's not that we put a focus on this, we're just proud because, the beautiful thing about the Prize Foundation is the fact that we are as inclusive as we are. We've always been that way. And so we are incredibly proud to be able to announce that over 50% of the companies were female founders or co-founders. You can give that a hand if you would. I think that female founders is really important. As the people in my office, they always hear me say I have a lot of Jewish mother in me, so having female founders is incredibly important. Over 45% of the companies had a founder of color, which is something that also you should give a hand to because again, and so to us, noting that people have sort of gone through this process, it's not an easy process to go through. For those who are out there, again, we have a big online audience. Hopefully these are entrepreneurs who not only participated but are going to participate next year as they go through one of 2 qualifiers. Once you go through a qualifier, you qualify for the finals, and then if you get invited to the finals, of course, you wind up here. Also noting that each track, so there's an FDA track and a non-FDA track, that each track wins $10,000, and that all finalists, so every single finalist has a potential for investment. So, we talk a lot about the big prize and the small prize. And if you were here from the qualifier, you heard it ad nauseum, right? Because that's what I'm about, right? It's just hammering it into like a broken record. The big prize is, let me start with the small prize. The small prize is a $10,000 and a trophy. And it's a cool trophy, and $10,000 is nifty. But our goal at Startup Prize is for that $10,000 to be a rounding error on your American Express bill, right? For us, what we want to do is connect you with the right resources, you the entrepreneur with the right resources, and you the investors with the right investments, so that the ecosystem that we build is incredibly effective and impactful, right? And we have a track record of this. This is, year whatever of Startup Prize. I think we're over 10 years old. Though next year we will be celebrating our 10th year because we forgot to do it 2 years ago. But the fact is that really what the big prize is that deeper connection, not only that you have with each other, right? Because the entrepreneurs connecting with each other is something that you guys don't often get to do. You're in your garages, you're head down, you're focused on your sort of endeavor. when you go to these conferences, I guarantee that people are looking at each other's name tags and wondering, what can I take out of that other person, right? Or how can I beat that other person, the competitive nature. Startup Prize takes all that away, right? We are about being a collective. We're about being one. We're about being a group of people together that are going to work together to make each other successful. And I swear to God, I'm looking out into an audience of mentor judges, investor judges, and entrepreneurs. Give me a thumbs up if you guys understand what I just said, right? Because it is incredibly important that what you got here is something you're not going to get anywhere else, right? Which is, that love, that relationship, that connection, that ability to take each other's hands and walk down the path of success. So if you understand that, then you understand kind of what Startup Prize is all about. I'd like to invite a couple of people up to maybe say some words. I know that on a level I sound, according to my wife, hyperbolic and crazy at times. But the fact is that I think that what we built here is something that can also be communicated by other people. So I'd like to bring up some of the investor judges to give some final words to the entrepreneurs and the founders as we move forward through this process towards announcing who wins Startup Prize. And first and foremost, I would like to bring up someone who's really become a friend. It all started with the University of Texas connection because all of us should be Longhorns somewhere in our hearts. Please welcome to the Startup Prize stage, Barry Bergdorf.
Thanks. Well, as Gregory said, we share an origin story. Our blood is actually burnt orange, so that's a great thing. I want to start just real quickly, and I've just got a couple minutes to talk. What Gregory and Melissa have put together here is unique. There's an energy, and there's a format, and there's a structure which really behooves all the things occurring that you talked about. And so Gregory is also very big on saying, give yourselves a hand, give each other a hand, give this a hand. So can we give Gregory and Melissa a hand for organizing it? And if you want your entrepreneur example, look right here, because this was built from scratch and nothing like this existed in Shreveport before. And he's taken it beyond Shreveport. It's global. The other thing I want to say to you is I want to say something that I said to all of my kids' sports friends sports teams when I coached them. You're all already winners. I actually mean it. I didn't always mean it when I said it as the coach. I'm still scarred by Kenny, who was the worst 8-year-old baseball player I've ever seen. He actually wasn't a winner, but I told him that. But I mean it here. I mean that you guys are winners because of all the things Gregory talked about, the experiences, the connections, and the amount of one-on-one, face-to-face contact you've had with the judges is unique. I've done a lot of these things over the years, over my career, and they tend to be sterile. They tend to be vanity contests. They tend to be the investors tend to be very jaded. And I can tell you, because I've been in on the discussions with my fellow judges, it's not a jaded judges panel. It's not a jaded mentors panel. There is real enthusiasm for what you're doing, and there is real belief in what you're doing, and you've already made it to a point. So when we announce the winner in a minute, it's going to be great to win, but it's not the most important thing, and it's not relevant because I think you all have better companies just for your 2.5 days you've spent here. That's my personal opinion. And I would just say, the other thing you got, the Startup Prize has put together a very diverse group of mentors who have different expertises, different experiences, different advice to give. And so listen to that. Think about it when you're back, wherever you are going to work on Monday morning. And just to summarize it, just a few things. Be ethical. Don't cut corners. And know when you need help. There's a lot to do. There are many, many hurdles to get your product, your service, your idea to market. It is not always the greatest science that wins. It is the person who understands what they need to do and who they need to bring around them to get that done. So congratulations, and I cede the microphone back to Gregory.
Up next, I'd like to bring somebody up who has also become a friend and somebody that has really become a prize sister in an amazing sense. She had huge shoes to fill yesterday, and she and Mark Duberg did a great job as filling Charlotte Hollybeck's shoes, and Charlotte's watching. Hey, Charlotte. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Startup Prize stage, Kat Rito.
Well, hey, I'm going to try and keep this short because I know I had the Charlotte hat on and I had the Risk hat on. I talked a lot yesterday. I think the real prize here, I think MJ Frederick actually said it best, is, the statues are cool. The statues are cool. The big prize is great. The little prizes are great. The best thing that everyone gets who walks through startup is about $10,000 to $15,000 in free mentorship and consulting advice. I know that maybe not everybody appreciates who's on the table as the judges, and I know everybody wants money because you need money to get off the ground. You can't do that unless you learn from the rest of us, unless we have founders agreements and venture agreements. And, I know Charlotte wasn't here, but I assure you she spent probably 4 to 10 hours on every applicant looking at your IP. Not to be mean to you, not to be critical. I know we're a buzzsaw sometimes. But the job is to make you stronger. So for anybody who comes through startup, which is why I keep coming back, our job is to make you guys better. And we see it. We see you guys pivot. I have people I worked with a year ago that still will reach out to me for advice. So my advice to you is to take us up on our offer to keep our doors open to you. Even if you don't make it to the final round, there are people that come back a year later. They go on to different startups or accelerators. That's always open, and please, please take advantage of that. If you come here in good faith, we're all here in good faith for you. And I will say I'm very excited about everything I saw from the entry in the web portals and the discussions we had there to what came through today. We're investing you guys, and I know it sounds trite, as the future of healthcare. All the different dynamics and angles. There are moments where we're in that room with closed doors, and this is somebody who could win a Nobel Prize. The ideas you guys have are very, very good. No matter how hard it sounds like we're being on you in the moment. So this is my collective, I'm sorry if I made anybody feel bad yesterday. But, we learn from us. We sit here and we've been doing this for decades, and we know what goes wrong and we know what can go right. And work slowly. You're not going to win anything overnight. Your company's not going to get off the ground overnight. This is a slog. And we're here for you, and you guys are here for each other. So lean on each other, too. I hope everybody who's here this weekend has exchanged numbers, and you're all friends now, because these are the people you're hopefully going to be in the sphere with, 10 years down the road. And I hope that we're all still talking to you 10 years down the road, because we are the future of healthcare, here in the United States especially, but also globally. So take that with you on top of everything else you get here. Thanks.
Last and certainly not least, somebody who has been a supporter of us for a long time, and again, not just sort of like the cheering side, but also writing checks and making sure that we can function as an entity, because as we always say in the prize office, everybody runs on money and time. And I can't make more time, so the ability to have money in our pockets, but also to have the mentorship is something that's been super special. Please welcome to the Startup Prize stage, David Calicott.
Well, first of all, as the CEO of Auction LSU here in Shreveport and across North Louisiana, and a member of this community, I want to thank all of you for coming to Shreveport to experience this and to spend your time with us. You know, Gregory's vision, what we're trying to do here, and what has been created, and I've had a great time participating over the last 5 years. Is really about changing healthcare. It's really about creating an ecosystem as well in our community and in our state. And the one thing that has been great, certainly as well, is the reach that we now have. Not only the companies that we're bringing in from all over the country, but the fact now that we have judges, so many judges that come from around the state, from New Orleans and also from out of state. You know, for us and for me personally, the opportunity to interact with you and to see these new ideas and to mentor is so special. And I hope, as we've all talked about, that you have a ton of takeaways that really become the ways in which you pivot and pivot some of the strategies that you have. We all, as judges, we're judges. We also do some mentoring, and we also do some investing. And very soon we're going to announce who the winners are. But I want you to all know that I've invested in the folks that have finished in the, they've not gotten the trophy, but they've gotten the other trophy in that I've invested in just as many companies that were not the winners of Prize Fest. In fact, I've invested in some companies that didn't even make it to the final. And so this is something that is unique. I'm involved in these type of events in other places, and this truly is something special. So once again, thanks for being here. Thanks for participating. And Gregory, I turn it back over to you.
Before I bring my colleague up here, I do want to give a huge shout out to the other competing finalists, or that, and I'm sorry, the other competing entrepreneurs that are out there that didn't make it to the finals. And this goes for everyone in this room. You know, the interesting thing about Startup Prize is you can keep coming back year after year, whether you have a different startup, you have the same startup, to really evolve yourself. And we've seen that happen a lot with things like Film Prize. You can't, you make your film either gets in or it doesn't. This is something that we know that the path that you're on is something that is a path to success, which is not always straight and short. So if you want to come back, you can. So I want to thank all of the competing startups that joined us this year. I want to thank all of the mentors. The mentor judges were absolutely phenomenal. Again, these are the people who not only sat at the round table, but they also sat in this final room. The investor judges, which are people like David and some of those other folks that again have, change in their pockets, and they're trying to figure out where to put it, and they're there to make you better, and they're there to make you successful. And then I would also love to thank everyone from Team Prize, everyone from, you'll hear from Melissa in a second, but we have a whole group back in the office, whether that be Amy O'Callahan, Jake Griffin, Chris Lyon, there's a whole, Kelly Peterson was here earlier. So, and if you would give those people a hand, because again, they will hear your, as I always say, we might not be paid well by money, but adulation also works. We can't pay bills with it, but again, clapping helps. And then also, Mark Newberg, who is our consultant in Boston, that helps us out a lot. It's done really some beautiful things. And I'd like to bring up somebody who has been there for me from the very beginning. What is interesting about Startup Prize is we do a lot of things in the prize office. So we have Film Prize, Music Prize, Food Prize, Comedy Prize, Film Prize Junior. We do Taco Wars. The thing that was the hardest to get people to work with me on was Startup Prize. And it's because I'm not sure they quite understood the impact that you guys could make. What we say around our office is it just takes one. You hear Ross Barrett say it, you heard David say it, David Calicod say it. What you guys are doing when they're in the room and they say this could change the standard of care, right? That is something that could change the health system in the United States and the world. You know, we have a joke that, you know, with Film Prize, we're like, hey, we're not curing brain cancer. You guys are, right? I mean, like the crazy thing is that everything that you're doing is making the world a better place. And it's something that is something we're incredibly honored to be able to put on. But I'm not sure I could do it without a ride or die that cares as deeply about the mission and the people as I mean, I say I do. Our whole office really cares deeply about all this. But to care deeply about Startup Prize is really to have a better understanding of how manual and how expensive and how time-intensive this is, right, to do this. The hand-holding is not by accident, and it's not because that's, you know, just the way we do things. It's the way that we are as successful as we are. And I could not be in that place without this person. Please welcome to the Startup Prize stage, Melissa Brandon.
I always say, Gregory gives the best introductions. I wish I could do better. So I will say, like, it is truly a pleasure. And when the opportunity to work on Startup Prize came up, I was like, sign me up. Because what you are bringing before us is incredible. I mean, it's just, to sit in the room, to hear these conversations, it's a privilege as far as I'm concerned. So to have met all of you, to have gotten to sit in the room and like hear about your ideas, and I don't know, I'm speechless, honestly. So kudos to all of the founders who made it to the finals. As Gregory said, and everyone has really said, kudos to all the founders who participated this year. It was a really strong and competitive and phenomenal year. And yet, what's really important to us is that, you know, if you talk with founders who've been in this experience, it doesn't feel like a competition. The thing that we hear so much is about the community that we are building, and that's so important to us. So if you are looking to find somewhere to find that support, to find your fellow founders who want to like commiserate and like talk about this is hard and, you know, I hit this roadblock, well, how'd you get through that? This is the place you find it. You want to find those subject matter experts who are really going to like deep dive and battle test your concepts with you, who really truly care and really truly want you to succeed. That's where you're going to find it. And you want to find those investment dollars that help you hit those next milestones, you're going to find it here. And Gregory and I will say it all the time, and you'll hear it a lot. The $10,000, it's the small prize. The big prize are these connections and this community that we're building, and we hope you will continue to take advantage of all of it and continue to engage with it. And that's what I got to say. Oh, yeah, okay, we're going to do it. All right.
But at least for the camera, let's just make sure we connect.
Boom, yes, I know, I miss things a lot. Okay, so we're about to get to the end. So I have the pleasure of bringing up each of our finalists. So for our FDA track finalists, we first have OrthoPreserve, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. OrthoPreserve is a medical technology startup developing a minimally invasive artificial meniscus implant that alleviates knee pain, whew, I got better glasses, restores joint function, and helps protect against arthritis following meniscus injuries. Jonathan, you want to come on up, please? Get in the middle, Frida. I know. All right. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Up next, we have Music Bio out of Dallas, Texas. Music Bio is developing a targeted drug delivery platform using engineered microbubbles and ultrasound to safely and precisely deliver drug therapies for cancer and neurodegenerative diseases, overcoming biological barriers like the blood-brain barrier. Whew. Come on up, guys. I know. Next up, we have Wearable Dose out of Bowie, Maryland. Wearable Dose is developing a wearable, AI-driven electronic polymer patch that precisely measures, directs, and records radiation dosage during cancer treatments and industrial exposure, starting in pediatrics. Come on up, John. Congratulations. All right. For our non-FDA track finalists, we have Brace out of Lansing, Michigan. Brace is creating a accessible, high-impact performance and safety gear designed to enhance protection and performance across industries. They are starting with the patented ultra-secure shoelaces. Come on up, Brace. Up next, we have Ovum Health out of Sagal, Idaho. Ovum Health is a virtual fertility and maternal health clinic using personalized diagnostics, lifestyle medicine, and telehealth to help individuals and couples overcome chronic health issues, optimize preconception care, and support healthy pregnancies. Alice, unfortunately, is with her sweet son. He's not feeling so well this morning. So, Alice, we're congratulating you from here. Congratulations.
Cheer for her. She's watching.
Yes, she's definitely watching. All right, and last but not least, we have Orbit Genomics, based out of Boulder, Colorado. Orbit Genomics is a biotech company revolutionizing precision medicine with its AI-driven OrbiSec platform, which analyzes short tandem repeats in DNA to detect both inherited and acquired disease risks. It enables earlier diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of complex conditions. Come on up, Dee Dee. That's it? Okay, I'm gonna bring Gregory back up. There we go.
All right. Give all the finalists a big hand if you don't mind. Give yourself a big hand. I am a big clap for yourself person. I mean, maybe I was the founder of the Helicopter Parent Club back in Austin, Texas. So yes, I think that all kids are winners. And like Barry said, only one of my kids was athletic, and unfortunately, is the one that thought he was athletic. So you know, it's. I shouldn't say that on a streaming thing with my kid watching, maybe. But you know, I will tell you, we're getting to the point where, you know, two companies stand into the light. And again, I say this ad nauseum, is remember, no matter what happens on the stage, the ability for us to stay connected and for us to stay supportive of each other is one of the special things about the Startup Prize, right? I'm not trying to make this announcement anticlimactic. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, as David so beautifully and eloquently put, everyone here is eligible for the big prize, which is that ability of connection, that ability of continued support, and that ability of investment. So know that that's part of it. But again, with the FDA track and the non-FDA track, there could be one winner. So we're going to move on to that right now. I'd like to invite the investor judges, the mentor judges to the stage, please. Let's do FDA first. All right, you guys kind of in and out. Good. Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you, guys. And while we're getting set, please give these guys one more big hand, if you would. They did such a great job. Thank you, guys, for everything you did. We are going to start with the FDA track winner. Remember that all the judges voted individually, right? So this isn't a consensus pick. This is a pick that they basically went on to their own little planets and they created their own scores, and the scores were created, and then the winners were tabulated out of those scores. Okay, you guys ready? Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. We're set on 3? Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone out there in the internet world, the winner of the FDA track of the Startup Prize Focus on Health 2025 is 1, 2, 3, Music Bio. Music Bio, ladies and gentlemen. Please give them a huge hand. Here we go.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Oh, jeez. All right, some words, please.
Honestly, it was, you could say I'm a little bit surprised because I got to talk to the other teams. They're also amazing as well. And like, shout out to Ortho Preserve and Wearable Dose. You know, they're also awesome. And we're like, oh, we're in tough competition here. But I want to just say thank you to both the organizers for Startup Prize, so you, Melissa, and your team, to the photographers, to the organizers behind the screens, behind the scenes, and as well as the sponsors, as well as the mentors and judges who gave us the most amazing feedback ever. Literally, right after we got out of that meeting, we got to work within that same hour because we know we want to improve and we really want to take whatever we're doing and get to the next level. So thank you very much, and we're really excited.
I love this. All right, give them a hand, and then we're going to take some pics.
I'd love to have the check in front of you, and then, yeah, you guys stand behind it. There you go. Everybody take a little step forward. Everybody come forward. Come on. And bring that little statuette right over the top of the, there you go. And then tuck in tighter, and don't stand right behind somebody if you can. Just come around. There you go. I know. It's a lot. Jeremy, shut up. There you go. Okay. Oh, yeah, look this way. All right. Congrats, Billy. Hey, good job, y'all. Congratulations. I love it. Awesome.
You got it?
Got that shot?
All right, cool. We're good. All right, guys. All right, so, but you guys stick around. We'll take some pictures just with you guys at the end. Then we'll do the winners at the end. So we'll do just ones with you guys on the stage at the end. All right, thank you, guys. All right. Why don't you hold that, Barry? Awesome. All right, and we are going. All right. Here, let me grab that. We're now going to be announcing the non-FDA track winner. Well, you guys can't read upside down? Really? All right, there we go. Do you want me to turn it back upside down so it makes sense? You guys get it? Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 2025 Startup Prize Focus on Health non-FDA track is 1, 2, 3, Orbit Genomics. Here's some words, please.
Oh, and I have to follow that speech? Oh my gosh. I don't think I'll be quite as eloquent or be able to say as much, but thank you so much. When I first heard about this program, I think I was telling Gregory this, that a colleague of mine from Colorado who attended last year had recommended it, and she was just telling me about the connections, the mentors, the advice that she got, and she was like, it's worth doing no matter what. And it so is. I completely agree. The people that I've met, you will all be hearing from me again in the future, all of you and the other companies. Kudos to all of them. As was said earlier, it's a phenomenal group. Not just the people here, but everybody I met, and the in-person one as well was just amazing. And I want to continue to connect with all of you, and I really, really appreciate this. This is fantastic. Thank you.
I like how it.
So this for you. You can go back and sit down with your big check. Yes. So this is as much for everyone in the audience as much as our online audience. And again, we hope that you guys will all track with us, stay with us, come back and visit us. Thank you guys again so much for everything that you did this weekend. It is impactful and transformational and all the things that we need to be an incredible group of people. And that goes to all of the finalists. So we're going to give it a Viva La Startup Prize. You guys down with that? Do one more, and you know my thing is we can just stay up here all day long. And the great thing about Chris is he can actually edit it together, so it's only the good one that we get. So, all right, Melissa, come step forward with me. Again, thank you so much to Melissa Brandon. Give her a big hand, if you would, please. Again, it's just with deep appreciation we give you this Viva La Startup Prize. Again, it's the thing that joins us together. It's how we show the light, the energy, and we bring people to us so we can take care of them too. Ready? On three. 1, 2, 3. Viva La Startup Prize! Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of Startup Prize Finals for 2025. We hope to see you all in 2026. Thank you again, and Viva La Startup Prize.